Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get into it. So we start off with Cory and Evelyn. So, Cory, I can't believe that he is such a pushover for this woman. I don't know if it's love, right? Because there's something else going on here with Cory and Evelyn for me. I feel like he enjoys the fact that this woman just runs all over him. Because after he confronted her about her ex, she puts him out. She puts him out. He has to sleep outside in a place that he doesn't really know overnight in a hammock. This fool wakes up the next morning and knocks on the door and asks her to let him in. I was just like, Cory, you better than me, because there ain't no way that I'm being locked out of the apartment that I pay for. Are you kidding me? I would tell her we both could stay or you gotta go. I'm paying for this and you putting me out. And he just took it. He just took it. That's why I keep on forgetting his name, but that's why the town calls you the idiot. You are just a dummy. You're paying for this apartment that she put you out of, and you're knocking and asking her permission to come in. And I know some of you in the comment section was just like, where can I find me a Cory? Ladies, you don't want nothing like this. You don't want no man like this. Thank God he only likes thin women. Thin women, this is your problem. Deal with them. Thick and lovely, we don't got time. So he comes back in and Cory and Evelyn discuss what transpired the night before. And Cory is just like, I really have an issue with your ex. You slept with your ex. You're still friendly with your ex. It's a problem for me. He says, I can't stop thinking about him. Like, he's literally obsessed about this. And I think it's because he knows that Evelyn is still sleeping with this guy. I think Cory knows that when he gets on the plane and goes back home for however long that he's there, because he's not a citizen, that Evelyn is still sleeping with her ex. How I know this is because when Cory said to her, to make me feel okay, I want you to block your ex and stop talking to him. Do not communicate with him in any way. Block him out of your life. Delete him out of your phone. You're done with him. Homegirl lowers her head, and I'm telling you guys, in this moment, she was really crying. Not them tears that she forced out of her eyes so that Cory could feel bad for confronting her about being the town hoe. Can we just tell the truth and shame the devil? These were real tears. She was actually really hurt by that. And I was just like, this girl is still sleeping with this man. And dare I say, in love with him. Cory's a cash grab. Maybe the ex don't have no money, so she still deals with Cory for financial purposes, but this guy, her ex, has her heart in her vagina, because she lowered her head, and I'm telling you, that girl was holding in them tears, because when she was able to get herself together, I'm telling you guys, she was having a moment with herself. She was just like, listen, we can't mess this bag up. So whatever you're dealing with right now, toughen up and tell this man yes, because she came up like a robot, and she was like, okay, I'll do it. Whatever you want me to do. Like, nothing sincere, nothing like really, you know what? If that's what you want, I love you. I'm going to give that to you. None of it was sincere. It was all just like, whatever you want me to do, whatever I got to do to get through this, I will do it. Whatever I got to do to make sure that this man continues to pay for this bar, that is going to be a really successful livelihood for myself, I got to do what I got to do. I think the end all be all for Evelyn is the bar. I think she wants to get the bar up and running. I think she wants to get it to a point where she can start making a lot of money. And I think what she's going to do eventually is break up with Cory and say, hey, let's be partners, and get with her ex and have the family that she wants. Because everything that Cory wants with her, she don't want. She want with her ex. Evelyn might not really want kids, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking that she don't want kids for Cory. I'm telling you guys, I won't be surprised if we do a catch up with them later and Cory is like, oh, we broke up, but we're still partners in the bar. And then we catch up with Evelyn and she's holding a baby while looking at her ex like, oh, this just happened one night after surfing. Girl, please. So they continue to talk about the issues that they're having, and Cory is pulling out his heart, and Evelyn is just basically responding whatever she needs to say to appease Cory. Because even when he was just like, I don't want to sleep in the hammock anymore, I want to sleep in here with you. Really heartfelt, because it's his truth. Evelyn was just like, yeah, I don't want you to sleep in the hammock anymore. I really love sleeping with you. Like, it was so painful for that girl to even say that. Guys, she is sick of this man. She is sick of Cory. She is so sick of tricking for that damn bar, but she knows she's so close. She gotta finish out this mission. Now let's talk about Ji-hoon and anime Avril Lavigne. So Devon has decided to leave Drusilla back home in America with her family while she and the baby go to Korea to be with Ji-hoon to make sure that everything is in place, to make sure you can really take care of them, to make sure it's a safe place, a comfortable environment for her to raise her children in. I get it. I thought this was very smart because, baby, let me tell you something. Drusilla, Ramona the Pest, you can't travel with her to Korea while you're also nursing a newborn baby. That would be too much for that girl. And she's traveling by herself. That would have been way too much for her to take on because Drusilla is the kind of kid you got to keep your eye on her. You cannot take your eye off that kid for one moment because she's very expressive. She's also extremely curious and she doesn't have boundaries. You know what I mean? So if she sees something, she gonna go after it. She don't care if her mama is screaming because she's Drusilla. She do whatever the hell she wants. So I think it's smart that she left the baby, that she left the baby in America with her parents, and her dad is actually coming to bring Drusilla to Korea later on. I guess he's coming for their wedding that they're going to have because they have to get married within 90 days. Speaking of Devon's father and just Devon in general, do you guys think that she has an Asian fetish? There's something about her where I get like she's one of those Asian fetish girls, and you know those girls, typically white women, typically young white girls who like to turn themselves into Asian women, specifically Korean or Japanese women. I don't know if it's because of the anime or the music, or like K-pop is really big in America. So I don't know if it's that, if they're turning themselves into, the artists that they admire or the anime characters that they admire. But there is, especially on YouTube, there's a community, and it's very disturbing. They do stuff to their eyes. They put in certain contacts. They start talking in a way, and they're always doing this. It's very racist. I'm sorry. I feel like I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's appreciation to me. It seems, because it's not coming from a harmful place. But it's something's not right. Something's not right. It does not sit well for me. And I'm just like, anime Avril Lavigne. Is Ji-hoon? Did you search out a man like Ji-hoon? You know what I mean? And did Ji-hoon just take the bait? Because there are people like that. There are people like that in every culture, just obsessed with another culture that is not theirs. And they start to morph into this culture in a very problematic way. And I'm not quite sure if that is what Devon is doing. Here is why. When I see her sometimes, I get that from her, but then I saw her father. And her father don't give me full white man. You know what I mean? I was looking at her dad and I was just like, her dad got some features, some familiar features. So there's something there in her bloodline, because I'm looking at her daddy and I'm just like, there's something else here going on. But I don't know if what's in her bloodline is from Africa or Asia. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know if this is a fetish for her or if she is dressing like her culture. But then again, if it was, she would have talked about it, right? Do multiracial people talk about their culture? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that she has a fetish? And do you think that Ji-hoon was a part of that fetish? Because I don't think we talk about it enough, how the women on 90 Day Fiance are also making a fetish of their partners as well. We talk about the men all the time, especially any of the older white men, if they're getting a bride from Russia or a bride from an Asian country. We always are just like, oh, it's a fetish, it's a fetish. We call it out right away. We're very comfortable with calling out fetishes in men, but we're not that comfortable in labeling that with women. So I don't know if it's that, right? Are we not comfortable with labeling what Devon is doing? Or is this a part of Devon's culture? What do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comments section below, because I'm getting something, I'm feeling it. And you know what? This is my channel and you guys come here because I'm honest with you guys. That's what I'm picking up. But then her father threw me off. Let's talk about it. Now let's talk about Karini and Paul. I wanted to thank you guys because I remember when I talked in my last review about Karini, I was just like, I didn't understand all of the hate. But you guys clarified for me in the comments section why y'all got an issue with Karini. The issue is that she's a pregnant, married woman that continues to text men from Lord knows where. I was not really clear on that because I remember in one episode she said that she talks to these men specifically because they are helping her with her English. And when she said it, I was just like, Karini, this is hella suspect. But Karini gets me with like this sweetness. I know that she's nasty to Paul, right? But I feel like she snaps at Paul when she just gets frustrated. And I think that I would do the same thing. Like, Paul is a lot. Paul is a lot. Like, just by watching him on this TV show, I'm just like, oh, you are annoying, sir. Could you imagine living with him? Sexting him? Having to do wifely things with him? You would get annoyed as well. But Karini, I can't side with you anymore, sis, because listen, the comments section and let me know that you out here hoeing, pregnant and hoeing, baby. I can't side with you, sis. Like, especially in this episode, you just did not look good. So Karini leaves Paul. She leaves Paul, her mother packs her up, and Karini and the baby and her mama get out of Dodge and they go back to her old apartment that she shared with Paul. So Paul discovers that she has left him. And guys, this episode was the first time that I have ever felt bad for Paul. I really felt bad for him because this is the first time I've ever seen him this vulnerable. He was really hurt by that. He was really, really hurt. And I think he was hurt this time because Karini left, but she left with his child. And that just really, really got to Paul. He was really, really hurt by that. And he was just like, I got to get her back. I got to get her back. She's carrying my son. Like, I want to be in his life. I want to be in her life. I don't know. For me, I saw Paul outside of his antics and I felt bad for him. I really, really did because I believed him this time. I believed that he wanted to make it right. Paul's problem is that he just doesn't know how to communicate outside of communicating from the place of being a victim. That is his problem. Like, when he communicates with people or tries to make attempts to mend fences, he's unable to get out of being the victim. So he always speaks in a place of hurt. And he also only speaks in a way with somebody that has harmed him or that he feels has harmed him. He only speaks to them in a way of, you got to fix this with me first before we can even talk about you. So it's always very selfish, just like a selfish victim. That is his problem, because not only does he do it to Karini, he also does it to his mother. So anybody that he comes into contact with, if he feels like he is the victim in this situation, this person is hurting him, he doesn't know how to have a civil conversation because he's a forever victim. That is his issue. But today, we were able to see Paul, in a sense, kind of mature. You know what I mean? Like, we really kind of started to see him grow up, because when he realized that not only did he lose his wife, he lost his son. When he realized that, he was just like, I gotta get him back. I gotta fix this. I gotta right this wrong. Yes, you do, Paul. Now go get your family. I was proud of him. I really, really was, because we've seen him be such a nightmare for seasons. Seeing this side of him, I was just like, you know what, Karini, if you give him a chance, I think he could be a good husband and a good father. This was probably exactly what he needed to shake him up and make that man do right. So Karini agrees to meet with Paul. And can I tell you, every time Karini and Paul meet or sit down to have like a dinner or a meal, I immediately start to crave an acai bowl. Because baby, Karini always got a delicious looking acai bowl. I see the fruit bubbling. I see the coconuts and stuff that she put on. And the way she eat that, I'm like, girl, I feel like the next time I watch this episode, I'm gonna have an acai bowl. The next time I watch another episode in this season, I'm probably going to have me an acai bowl, because I was not really paying attention to what was happening in this scene. I actually had to pause it so I could get my mind together, because I was looking at that bowl like, that looks delicious. And I was just like, Brazil don't got no preservatives in their food, so that coconut probably tastes like heaven. But anyway, Karini finally agrees to meet with Paul, and she came here to this meeting just to get an apology. But baby, you were in a marriage. It is 50-50. You two have to work on your communication because you are going to be raising a child together. You can't just come to meet with somebody that you have an issue with and you're just here to get an apology and you don't want to hear nothing else. I 1000% agree with Paul. We can't move forward until you stop texting these other men. Ma'am, you are married and you are pregnant with his child. The only thing he is asking you to do is to not text men. That's all he's saying. Stop communicating with these men that are not me. You're my wife. It's respectful. I don't understand why she gets so upset with that. So she started crying because he asked her to do that. He was just like, this is why I was upset with you, Karini. And she's just like, no, shut up, Paul. You're mean. I don't like keep on shutting him down. And then she starts crying, doing the same thing that Evelyn was doing to Cory to manipulate him, to get him to stop talking about it. Because that's exactly what he did. He stopped talking about it and he started to apologize to her. And I'm like, Karini, you gotta be fair. I get that you are very upset with him for saying that he had to get a DNA test on the baby. I felt like that was something he shouldn't have said on national TV. But if the man has suspicions, I don't think you need to continue to confirm those suspicions. Like, all he's telling you to do is to stop texting these men and you can't do it. You get defensive when he asks you to stop doing it. Something ain't right, sis. Something ain't right. They get into it because Karini gets defensive about, not being able to text these men. What are these men doing? Oh my gosh, I just remembered. She said that some of the men send her money. Karini, you foul. You are foul. This is not cool. So she leaves. She goes to the apartment. Paul follows her and he goes to the apartment. And can I just say, one thing that Paul has been consistent with, he carries his possessions whenever he's in Brazil. He carries all his possessions on him because Paul showed up to this meeting with 3 bags. He's walking to Karini with 3 bags. I'm like, what in the hell is in these bags? Like, he's carrying everything that he brought there on his body. So he goes to the apartment to try to talk to Karini. Karini is being very nasty to him. She doesn't want to talk to him. She's upset and she puts him out. And Paul is talking to the cameraman and he's just like, I gotta fix this. I gotta make this right. And I believe him, guys. I believe that he wants to do right by Karini. And I agree with him. You cannot be a married, pregnant woman and texting strangers, these strange men. And not only are you texting them or communicating with them, you're accepting money and you're getting mad at your husband because he's asking you to stop. Paul is not asking much. What he's asking is very reasonable. Yes, Paul is a lot, right? Yes, he takes off running when things are difficult and he hides in chicken coops when he doesn't know how to, communicate with his wife, but he don't deserve this, Karini. He don't deserve this. I think what happened, and I think this happens with all the immigrants, they think that a white American male is a prize. That's how they see them. But they don't do the proper research. You know what I mean? So Karini probably thought, I got a white American male. He has money. He's going to get me to America. He's going to take care of me. And I'm going to live my life like a rich white woman. Honey, no. You didn't get that. She got a white American terrorist who walks around with all his possessions on his body and a lock of his mother's hair. He is not well, sis. He is not well. That's what you get for going after somebody based off of their race and where they are from. You better go after the heart, because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. No, money too. Money too. Like my grandma says, love is important, but it can't pay the bills. But you know what? When you're scamming, you're always taking a risk. Karini took a risk. This one didn't work out the way she thought. That's probably what she's doing. She's probably texting other white American males and she's just like, listen, I got a broke one. I'm trying to throw it back. How much money you got, Zachary? If Zachary ain't got no money, I'm moving to Skylar. Karini is on a mission. She trying to secure the bag. Now let's talk about Miss Laura and Aladin. So Miss Laura has finally convinced Liam to come to her wedding. And I think for her and for him, it's a good thing. Like, you guys know, I am forever team Liam. He's a great kid. He's a really good kid. Miss Laura did a great job with him. And I just felt bad for him. You know what I mean? He's a young man. He sees his mother being taken advantage of by a young man, and he doesn't know what to do because he loves his mom and he wants to support his mom. He doesn't want to get in the way of that, because if he gets in the way of her relationship with Aladin, she'll be upset with him and she probably will never forgive him. And he loves her so much, he'd rather see her make a mistake and be happy than to stop that and to have her be upset with him. Like, he wants his mom to be happy, but I think Liam, like the rest of us, know that this is a really bad idea. But anyway, she convinces him to finally come, and I was happy for her because she needed that. And like I said before, I think he needs that as well. I think he wants to be there to protect her since she won't have anybody there to really watch over her. So I think that's another reason why he's coming. And I also think that Miss Laura, although I don't think she's in love with Aladin. Aladin, Nikki. I don't think she's in love with Aladin. I think she's in lust. And I think for her, as a divorced woman whose husband cheated on her, it makes her feel good that she has this young, fine, brown man that is giving her all the jiggy that she wants at her old age. You know what I mean? So it's like a feather in her cap. I think this is just lust, and I think this is just a scam for Aladin. I think she wants her son there because probably deep inside, she wants somebody to tell her no, that this isn't a good thing to do. You know how we are when we are making mistakes, and you call somebody, you call that friend, or you call your mother, you call your sister, who will tell you, if you're ready to walk out this door, I'm walking with you. Like, you don't have to do this, girl. We have all called somebody like that when we knew that we were about to make a mistake, but we were not strong enough to say no to it. So we had to call our backup, and our backup either saved us or we didn't listen to them and we fell into some mess, and they were still there to pick us back up. This is what I think is happening with Miss Laura and Liam. All of that aside, I'm glad that they're going to be together because they have a great relationship, and I love to see her with him. They really love each other. She's a great mom to him, and he is a great son to her. And I just love to see their relationship. It's very pure and it's very sweet. Hey guys, so help me with this, right? I am very aware that Aladin is scamming. However, I'm so confused as to why he's going all out for this wedding. You know what I mean? Like, he's spending all of this money. He's getting his family involved. Like, this is going to be a huge wedding. And I'm just like, if you're scamming, why are you wasting money on a wedding? That kind of threw me, right? That kind of threw me with Aladin. I was just like, I know you're scamming. It was confirmed by Miss Laura on her Instagram. So what is this with the wedding? If you guys can help me put that together, let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about it, because this hoopla that he's making about this wedding, I'm just like, I don't think a scammer would do this, but I don't think that he's really into Miss Laura. So I cannot piece why he's going all out for this scam wedding. Oh wait, do you think that the officials, like the 90-day fiance officials, like not with the show, what do they call? Like the immigration people? Like, do you think that they might show up to the wedding? That's why he's doing all of this, to like really show that this is the real deal. Something else is happening here, and I can't put my finger on it. Let's talk about it. Miss Laura, you gonna try to have a baby for Aladin? Girl, you know what? As soon as I said that, I thought about Sarah. Sarah had a baby at 90, so it's possible. It's possible. Tiffany and Ronald, girl, let's get into it. So Tiffany has some really important news that she wants to give to her mother. So her and Ronald Skype her mom, and they're just like, we have some really exciting news for you. And the mom is like, what is it? And Tiffany is like, I'm pregnant. Baby, her mother's soul fell out of her body. She was so disappointed. I was like, oh, Tiffany, maybe you should have told her off camera, because her mom was like, Tiffany, why? Oh my God, who says that when you have a kid? She's just like, why did you do this on purpose? Like, and Tiffany was like, yes. That's where I kind of started to feel like her mom. I was just like, girl, Tiffany, we can only go off of what you have given us. You have told us that Ronald has an addiction. Come to find out, he has many addictions. He has addiction to gambling and some other stuff that he keeps on, like every layer, he keeps on revealing another problem that he has. Like, I got a problem with stealing things. I got a problem with gambling. Next thing you know, it's going to be drugs. They probably don't talk about it on camera, but I feel like there's a whole lot more issues going on with Ronald. You're saying that he has all of these things, right? All of these issues that he has. Then you're going to tell us that right as soon as he gets out of rehab, the day that he gets out of rehab, like right after that, you and him are getting married. And then right after that, you don't really know this man. You have not really lived with this man. you get pregnant. Y'all been married for 6 weeks and you decided to get pregnant. It wasn't like it was like, oh my God, well, we got pregnant. Let's just make it work. You said that you planned it. So I agree with her mom, because it's just like she just keeps on making one bad decision over another. And Daniel is already suffering because it's really difficult for him to adjust to South Africa. Because for him as a kid, his whole life has changed so drastically. He don't have nobody. His mother is so enamored with Ronald. He is just, figuring it out on his own. And then I don't even think we're going to get to this on this season, but you guys know that Daniel's father is dead. Like, somebody shot him in the head at his job. I'm just like, Daniel, this poor baby, I want him to have the world. I think his mother loves him. I think she did such a great job, but Tiffany, I just don't feel like you make the best decisions. Oh my gosh. I just don't. Like, from everything that we found out about Ronald, I'm just like, I wouldn't marry this guy, let alone get pregnant by him. So anyway, Tiffany's mom is just upset. She's just like, I can't believe you did this. And then Ronald is getting upset because the mom is just like, you are not having that baby in South Africa. You are having that baby here in the United States. She was saying that the reason why she wanted her to have the baby in the United States is because she feels like the medicine is better here, the hospitals are better here. This is what I think. I think the mom was saying that, but I think the truth behind that is she wants that baby to be an American citizen, because if Tiffany and Ronald don't work out, she's going to have a hell of a time getting that baby to the US. So I think the mom was just like, I don't want no issues. If you and that dude don't work out, you can come back here unscathed. You can bring the baby. So that's what I think the mom was trying to get at, but not really say it because Ronald was there. I guarantee you she said that to Tiffany by herself. So Ronald's getting upset. And you know what? I agree with him. Like, I understand where he was coming from. He was just like, no, I want to be there when my child is born. And I don't want, somebody telling me that I can't be there to see my child because he can't come to the US because he has a really bad rap sheet. And, America's just like, we got enough criminals, okay? So we're not taking nobody else in. So, I get that Ronald was feeling upset because, the mother was saying that she wanted Tiffany to have her child in the United States. And if Tiffany does that, Ronald can't be a part. So he was getting frustrated, and Tiffany was trying to calm him down and really trying to calm her mom down. But thankfully, they were all able to come together to surprise Daniel and tell him collectively that he's going to be a big brother. And to see how excited that baby was, I was just like, Tiffany, you might not make no good decisions with men, but you made a really great decision in raising this child. You and your family have done a great job with Daniel. He's so sweet. He is such a sweet child. He was so happy. He started crying when he found out he was going to be a big brother. And guys, I'm telling you, he's going to be an amazing big brother. That child, whoever, if it's a boy or a girl, they are going to be blessed with a big brother in Daniel. So, to my subscribers in South Africa, please help a sister out because I need the tea. So Tiffany and Ronald go to, I guess, the gynecologist not the gynecologist, the baby doctor, pediatrician, whatever they call it. You can tell I ain't got no kids. To go, get the first sonogram to see their child. And I'm looking and I'm just like, wait a minute. The doctor white too? What the hell is going on? Because they're in South Africa, and the only time I see black people is during the B-roll of their scenes. I don't see black people any other time. Tiffany's bridal shower, everybody there was white. The realtor was white. The doctor is white. Everybody in Ronald's rehab was white. Like, Ronald don't have a black friend, a black neighbor. Like, there are no black people in their life in Africa. That is very confusing to me. I'm like, how do you live in Africa, but you don't live around black people? Somebody explain that to me, because I'm thinking of this and I'm viewing this from my American, eyes. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not from South Africa. I've never been to South Africa. I don't know how this is possible. Like, it's just throwing me off that we haven't seen Ronald or Tiffany talk to anybody black. Anybody black. We have never witnessed it. I'm just like, how you in Africa and you don't got one black friend? Not one black friend, not one black, no, oh God, the wedding. There were no black people at this wedding in Africa. Something in the water ain't clean. Let's talk about it. So that's where this episode ends for me. That's all I wanted to talk about. I thought it was a good episode. Yeah, I had a good time watching it. I thought it was pretty much a filler episode because we are going to get to some drama next week, baby. Did you guys see the trailer for next week's episode? Miss Jenny was heartbroken. Summit did something, guys. I think I'm right. Remember my last episode? I was just like, Samit went home to get married. I think Miss Jenny is a geriatric side chick. That's what she is. She even said it. She was just like, you're keeping me in some apartment like I'm some mistress. I think that's what's happening here. I think Samit, I think his family found him a wife. And I think when he left for 2 weeks, homeboy went to get married. Homeboy went to get married because the way Miss Jenny was crying, she was like, I left everything to move to India to be with him. She was heartbroken. Oh gosh. Miss Jenny, oh, she's so sweet, ma'am. This ain't right, Samit. This ain't right. And you know what I just thought about? Samit, Miss Jenny's daughter-in-law is going to punch you dead in the face. Oh, she is going to knock your lights out because she showed up last episode to fight you, but everything was cool. Dude, did this dude get married? Did this dude get married on Miss Jenny? Guys, the way she was crying, like even thinking about it right now, my heart, Miss Jenny, she was wailing, like hands shaking, uncontrollable. Oh, hell no, Samit. Oh, hell no. Wow, guys. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comment section below, and I will see you next week. So if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you for that messy episode in just a few days. Please make sure that you like this video because your comment, because we talk all day. We be in them comments having a good time, but I want to make sure you guys like again so, you know, I can get out there in the algorithm and you guys can let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing over here. So please share so that we can expand our community here at Nikki Star TV. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I love you. See you soon. Bye.